everyone, and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. It is the first week of August, and it is warm outside, and most people that drink wine look to rosé. We are selling a crap ton of rosé at the store this summer, and I know I've said it many times, I don't think it's a summer wine, but let's be honest, that's what most people think. So yes, rosé really sells a lot in summer. I drink it year-round. A lot of my customers do drink it year-round, but most of its sales really go up in the summertime. We have 3 rosé, 2 from France, 1 from Oregon, and we're going to get started right off the bat. This is the Boyer Carignan Lacroix Bell 2019 rosé, Pays d'Oc, France. Now, Pays d'Oc is just basically means a table wine. They don't have to stick to the stricter restrictions of the AOC. It's located on the southern coast of France. It is really kind of encaptured by Languedoc-Roussillon. So, anyway, these are table wines. They don't have the strict restrictions that the French government puts on some of the AOC wines. So they can do, it gives them a little bit more liberty. But they consider them, you know, table wines, basically. IGT, that is the Pays d'Oc. This rolls in at $8. I think I showed you the label. $8. Lacroix Bell. Let's give it a try. $8. Good color. A lot of people get real picky about the color. This has that salmon, kind of really light color that people like. Especially rosé snobs like that in their rosé. See what we get on the nose. Now, does it tell them what it is? It is. Just doesn't give what it's made from, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. I like to see it. You like to see it, but not everybody puts it on their label. It says almost a real earthy element, almost a mushroom-like thing. Definitely watermelon coming through. Hints of strawberries. Very light on the nose. Nice fresh acidity. The watermelon comes through. It has that earthiness, which I find really intriguing to it. It definitely has an earthiness. A little bit of raspberry, a little bit of strawberry, a little bit of watermelon. Good flavors. Nice and fresh. Nothing wrong with that rosé. Actually, a lot of people would love this rosé, especially at the $8 price point. Could be $9, depending on where you buy it. But very solid rosé. This porch pounder, sit out in the backyard, having a barbecue, drinking this wine, you would love it. I'm going to go B- on this. I think it's pretty solid, especially for the money. It has fruit, but it's not sweet. It's dry enough, not bone dry, like a lot of rosé can be. But yeah, solid wine. I'm going to go B-, C+, B-. Let's go there. Now, let's move on. Another IGT wine, Pays d'Oc. This is 100% Cinsault. It's Montgomer, 2019 rosé, south of France. Of course, we just said that. $10. $10. All right. Started off good, like that. As we've talked about before, and I'll just say it again, if you're new to this program and you haven't watched a couple of my rosé episodes that I've done, just slightly darker on this one, more peach colored, but still salmon and peach, like that. Rosé can be done 2 ways. It can be done the Saunier method, which means to bleed roughly in French, Saunier. So they take the juice, let's say they take the Pinot Noir, the Cinsault in this case, they ferment it for 2 to 4 hours, depending on how much color they want. And then they bleed that juice off of the grapes. They keep the grapes for their red Cinsault, but they get some of the juice for rosé. That's called the Saunier method. There's also the straight up method where they just ferment, keep it on the skins for so long, then they chuck the grapes and they make rosé. So that this, if they do it in the Saunier method, they get a little bit more for their money. If they do it without that way, some purists think it makes a better rosé. I think this is pretty good rosé. I'm going to say Saunier, maybe. So, you know, either way, the whole idea is to get the color extraction from the skins, and you can decide whether you want to use that grape for another varietal, whether it be Cinsault, Syrah, Pinot Noir, whatever it is, and you get a more concentrated. They just blend that juice in with the other juice to get the level that they want. All right, good color. Let's see what we get on those. Again, very earthy, very earthy. A little more cherry on this one. You get watermelon and cherries versus watermelon and strawberries. So let's see what we get on the palate. It's okay. I mean, the earthiness, the dirtiness comes through on this. It's got fresh acidity. It's drier than the other one. It kind of falls off on the mid palate. I mean, right from the start to the mid palate, I like it. Get a little bit of that cherry, a little bit of peach coming through on that as well. A watermelon, better acidity than this one. It's a little brighter, but then it just kind of falls off. It doesn't really have an impact through the finish. A little empty on the back end. Let's say that. Not bad. I think for $10, it's good. I like Cinsault. I like rosés that have Cinsault. This has a little bit more going on the back of the finish. But overall, I think it's average rosé. It's more expensive than the Lacroix Bell, which I would definitely choose over this one. I'm going to go C- on this. Just saying. Now let's move on to the big bad boy from Ken Wright Cellars out of Oregon. Ken Wright, very well-known wine producer down in Oregon. He makes a variety of Pinot Noir. And he has under his specialty wines on his website comes the Ken Wright Cellars Pinot Rosé Pinot Noir Canary Hill Vineyard, very classic vineyard for him. 2018, $35. So more money for sure. People will spend a lot of money on rosé, especially if it's from Provence, in particular Bandol. Color on this very much pronounced, you know, a lot darker than the other two is what I'm trying to say. There you go. Really kind of a peachy cherry, darker color. You can see it easily. You can see it right in the bottle, so I mean it's pretty obvious. Look at that. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see what we got on the nose. Well, it's quite a bit more complexity on the aromatic side. Definitely kind of a cherry strawberry thing going on. There's an interesting component that I can't quite get. I hate that. Almost a soapiness to it. A little bit of soap action. You know, like those really nice bars of soap. Oh yeah, oh, sorry guys, I just can't nail it. I hate that. Sometimes it's nice to have a group of tasters, you know, and then somebody goes, oh yeah, I got it. It's always cool. There's a nuttiness coming through. That's what I'm getting. Almost like roasted nuts, which is really interesting to me. Yeah, like a woody, nutty thing going on in the background. Let's see what we get on the palate. Wow. Whoa. We're talking cranberries, orange, cherries. Very almost tart-like on the palate. Now, it's like a cherry, orange, peach, sweet tart. Wow. Woo. Pretty impressive if you like sweet tarts, but here's the point. Whenever you're critiquing wine, you have to look at it from the standpoint of how well made is it, not whether you like it or not. Like, I'm not a big sweet tart guy, but I can tell this is an impressive rosé. I mean, it really is. Intense flavors, good complexity, good balance, good acidity, well-made rosé of Pinot Noir. Just saying. Now, I like the orange rind, sort of citrus rind thing that goes on the palate. I would love to have this with ham, because the saltiness of the ham with that tartness would be really good. This would be good with salmon as well. Tart cherries, cranberry, orange peel, orange rind, all those things are there. Really well made rosé. I wouldn't be surprised if Ken Wright just makes it straight up rosé. Don't know, didn't ask, so there you go. But 35 bucks, is it worth it? If you like sweet tarts, if you like that kind of, it's almost got a bitterness to it as well. You know, have you ever had an Aperol Spritzer? You know, we like that, but I like that bitterness. So it's kind of a sweet tart. It's not sweet though. Just that tartness is there with the orange rind and the orange peel and the orange zest and the a little bit of peach going on, cranberries, cherries. You can get used to this. I mean, your palate. After these two, this is a monster. I'm going to go A, straight up A. This is a well-made Pinot Noir rosé. It's $35, I realize that. But if you want some interesting rosé to sit around and talk about, this would be the one. There you go. Little rosé episode for those hot days in August that are coming up, that are here now. We have them. Enjoy your rosé. Seek them out. I like rosé. It's just such a good food wine. It's such a good, you know, just nice, refreshing wine to have during the summer and year-round. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day. I do appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, just hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.